Test, test. 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Here we go. Yeah. It's great when it works. Yeah. Well, hello, everybody, and thanks for coming out on such a great special weekend here at Eldora. On behalf of everyone at Eldora Speedway and the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, I'm Dave Argabright, and I'd like to welcome you here today. First of all, I'd like everybody, if you would do us this courtesy, please reach in your pocket and silence your cell phone, if you would, please, for us. We appreciate that. As I said, it's a really big weekend here at Eldora with $100,000 to win the 44th Annual General Tire Dirt Track World Championship presented by ARP and the crowning of the 2024 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion. We'd like to thank Tony Stewart and the staff at Eldora Speedway for hosting us. And on that note, I'd like to introduce the recently appointed general manager of Eldora Speedway, a Hall of Fame racer in his own right and a lifelong dirt late model fan, Levi Jones. Also like to acknowledge the founder of the Dirt Track World Championship all those years ago, a Hall of Famer himself, Mr. Carl Short. Carl? And we'd like to point out that today's press conference is also available on Flow Sports as well as the Lucas Oil Late Model Series Facebook page. So without further ado, I would like to introduce the series director of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, along with the vice president of Flow Sports, Michael Rigsby and Rick Schwally. Gentlemen, they have some announcements.
Yeah, thank you, Dave, and it's a pleasure to be here at Eldora Speedway. Appreciate the hospitality Eldora's rolled out for us last year and this year. It's an honor to be here. It's also an honor to have our race teams with us here today to join us in what should be a really good day for us, a really fun day. We got a bunch of announcements we're going to make here, and then we're going to turn it over to our Final Four here for a little Q&A from the media here before we get started with our race day. So with that said, the first of those announcements is we're welcoming a multi-year extension of our broadcast partnership with Flow Racing, and I'll let Michael speak on that. Michael?
Yeah, thank you, Rick. It's no secret, especially to the people in this room and the people that know my background a little bit, that I am, the term I always like to use is dirt late model to the bone. My life is born and raised around dirt late model racing, and started Dirt on Dirt in 2007. I've had a relationship in some capacity with Rick and his entire series since then. We've had an amazing last 3 years since we moved to Flow Racing as the official streaming partner of Lucas Oil, and we are so excited to extend that for multi-years, a 4-year extension here that we are. And I say this very candidly, and am I a little biased? Yes, as the resident late model person on the Flow Racing staff, but it's absolutely our biggest and most important relationship that we have in the motorsport space. Not only what Rick and his entire team have done, but it is a relationship that goes back, almost 2 decades for us in some capacity with Dirt on Dirt and Flow Racing. We are beyond thrilled to be here with another 4 years and be able to be the exclusive home and broadcast every single Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race live. And it was a big deal for us to get this extension done. It is a big deal, everything that Rick and his team have done the last several years to continue to elevate this to the biggest, not just dirt late model series in the space, but what I believe, and through the series of announcements Rick is about to make, the biggest short track series in our space. Not just dirt late model racing, not just sprint car racing, not just pavement late model racing, but truly the biggest short track series in the space. Rick has been a personal friend of mine for almost 20 years now. We are, again, I can't say it enough, and I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but this is a huge deal for us at Flow to continue this partnership with them. And with that, a lot of people I think are going to ask, well, okay, you guys you're back for 4 years. What does that mean for the series? What does that mean for Flow, et cetera, et cetera? And a lot of what we helped invest in, and let me be clear, Lucas Oil did so much of this as well, are a series of things that Rick is getting ready to talk about now. So again, from the flow perspective, we are over the moon with excitement to be back again. More content, more race coverage, more everything that we continue to invest. The longer relationships we have, we can do more films. We did a film with Jonathan Davenport last year. We plan to do more films that are Lucas Oil centered, more content, more everything around the teams in the series. So from our perspective, the hardest thing was probably not the deal. It was the logo. As Rick knows, getting logos designed is never fun, which we will debut a new logo today as we are the official presenting sponsor of the Lucas Oil Series as well. So it will be the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series presented by Flow Racing moving forward. So I want to thank Rick, Ashley, Jeremy, Jacob, their entire team, Morgan and Matt and everybody at the corporate level that make this happen. And we are really, really excited to be back for 4 more years.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you as well. We have on these TV monitors at the back here, we have, you can see our new logo there, but we have a new logo design that's up. We lost the car on it, and that's okay, but we did gain Flow Racing. It's a part of our new logo, so we'll have that file readily available for anybody that asks for it here. But it's an honor to have Flow Racing as part of our identity is now as well. So one of these things that when an announcement like this happens, you ask as a racer, you would probably ask oftentimes, well, what's in it for us? What's changing? What's this mean for us? And Michael already went over a lot of those bullet points of where our content and our agenda of things that we want to hit on is. But one of the things that we are making some moves with, the first being our Winter Circle program. Our Winter Circle program, we are changing just a couple subtle changes to that. We're going to extend to a 15-man roster. Previously, we've always had a 12-man roster that paid $700, however you want to call it, tow money, show-up money, appearance money. We've called it a Winter Circle program all this time. So instead of it being 12 drivers, we're going to extend that all the way down to 15th. This year, we were blessed to have 17 teams race the tour with us. We made concessions midway into the year to be able to pay a little lesser amount, but we did pay all 17 of them to show up all season long as they were dedicated to us. And so right off the bat, we're going to extend our roster to a 15-person roster with our show-up money. One other tweak we made is that in years prior, our reigning champ has always got $1,000 show-up money for those part of that Winter Circle program. That is going to change to now the top 4. So these 4 guys, as they're getting ready to come up here, all 4 of those teams, these 4 drivers earned that, and these 4 drivers will get $1,000 for each event that they pull in and pull out of for next year as part of our Winter Circle Fund change. Our next thing we're making a change to is our points fund. I really are confident that we have obviously an industry-leading points fund and a top prize of $200,000 this year, and we're getting ready to crown a champion this weekend. But we're still making moves there. So we're investing $256,000 into our points fund moving forward. The top prize for that will be $250,000 to the winner, and second is $200,000. 5th place, for instance, in that points fund is $100,000. 9th place is at $50,000, and again, that's a 15-person roster that we're going to pay those 15 spots down through. So a couple big changes there to our program. I think our whole program, we're at $1.3 million here between the points fund and the bonuses that happened out throughout the course of the season with our chase format. I know another question I'll probably be asked is the chase format. We're going to continue to do it the way we're doing it. One subtle change to that is as each race is won from at a points event throughout the season up until Knoxville being the last points event as we consolidate the points and even them up at that point. All those points events, for each win, the driver will receive 10 points, almost like a fast time. So once the points are evened up at Knoxville, after the conclusion of that, those final 4 advance, and then we'll give the 10 points per a points paying event bonus to those final 4, and then we'll go into racing our final 5 races of the year as well. So
one thing to jump in on that real quick is I think many of you have context in this room, but I want people to truly understand. 5 years ago, I think the champion got $75,000, right?
Yeah.
So 5 years ago, the champion of this tour, 5 years, not that long ago, was getting $75,000. Not only will the champion receive $250 now, but fifth place. So the guy that does not even make the chase will get $100,000. So, and listen, these drivers deserve it, right? They work their ass off, they race their ass off as the team owners and everything. That money is now making its way there. And that's stark. I think it was when you started the series in 2005, I think the champion got $30,000 too.
It's $30,000,
so
yeah.
I want people to really remember and think about how far that has come, Rick. And I think all credit to you for that.
And the one thing that I would elaborate further on that is the total points fund is $1,331,000. 2021, it was 337,000 total. So we're within a few thousand of just being 1 million more today than we were in just 2021. So that's quite a change over a short period of time.
Let's see if we can get a sponsor today to get that extra couple thousand to get it to the full million. Get one today to get. That's staggering, though, how much that has grown, and to me speaks to how much late model racing has grown in the last several years.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I don't want. We're really enthusiastic about our relationship, our partnership here, and announcing these things today. But really today, again, it's never about us. We don't want it to be about us. We want it to be about our racers, what they race out on the racetrack. So I'm not going to take up too much time. I'm going to let these four guys talk here. But the other thing that we are releasing today is our schedule. Our schedule is going out today. Really proud and happy with where that ended up at. I got 58 events that we've scheduled at 25 different racetracks, 16 different states. We've increased our Saturday pull-in, pull-out events, our standalone events. Those all used to pay $15,000. We're moving those to $25,000 to win with $1,500 to start. We're moving all of our Friday nights from $12,000 to win to $15,000. So we've increased a majority of the entire schedule. We also got 3 events that I feel like if you was to write on a dry erase board what our crown jewels of our sport are, what the top 10 are, I feel like a majority of those are on our schedule. Obviously, undisputable, the World 100 is number 1, the Dream is number 2, Dirt Track World Championship number 3, North-South 100 number 4, and then so forth. Well, a few more of those races that's on our schedule, we're elevating those once again. The Show Me 100 next year will pay $75,000 to win. The Knoxville Nationals will pay $75,000 to win, and the Silver Dollar Nationals at Huset's will also pay $75,000 to win. So we have 5 events in total that pay $75,000, counting the North-South that was already there, and this event this weekend paying $100,000. So we have 5 events that's going to pay $75,000 to win. We've also changed our preliminary events as the sports organically changed over the years, where it used to. Like this one, you would run heats on one night and you would run the balance of the show on the last night, but we've gotten to the point now where you're there at a facility for 2 or 3 days, and we would run separate shows that would line up the Saturday. Those preliminary nights, we started many of those off with just 5s. We would race 5,000 to win, 5,000 to win, then like a 50. And as we've changed and grown in the last couple of years, much of those have become 10,000 to win or dual 5s. The 2 events that I had that were kind of behind on that was Knoxville, and the other one being Batesville for the Topless 100. Topless 100 next year has dual 5s on the prelim night, and then we've elevated Knoxville to a 10-10 and a 75, like I said. So at a minimum, all of our preliminary events are paying $10,000 to win, or at least a dual 5 with 2 of them. So really proud of the schedule moves we made, and we'll have that posted here very shortly today.
Yeah, shout to the track promoters too, obviously, right? I think Jeremy was doing the math before, and it's $750,000 in A main purse money increases alone.
That's
so
correct.
If you're just looking at the A main, that's $750,000 more than last year, which is a staggering amount of money, which you guys, a lot of the scheduling I know is not your favorite thing always probably to do, but you got it done again.
Well, it shows a lot of strength in our program, our strength with our tracks, that we're able to do it right here, right now. Like these type of announcements could ordinarily wait to PRI, but we've been sitting on this one with Flo for quite some time, and we just ultimately we have a really good product going, and we wanted to be able to just go ahead and let people plan around it right here, right now. So we're going to release our schedule today. We've already said what we're doing with our Winter Circle Fund, our Points Fund, and between the the changes we made in the points fund and the purse differences. Our schedule's within a couple races. I think it's actually a couple races less than last year, but with the increases to purse, counting the points fund, we're right at $1 million change today. So really proud of that, really thankful for the Lucas Oil family, Lucas Oil Products, and all the workers there at Lucas Oil Products, and also really grateful to everyone at Flow Racing as well.
Thank you guys very much. Yes, any questions? Thank you guys. Thank you.
You know, Michael, to your point, I got involved in covering racing a lot of years ago, and when I started, if you would have told me that someday a short track series would pay $100,000 to the person finishing fourth in points, I would say that's beyond anything I ever could have conceived. So let's now turn our attention to the Big River Steel Chase for the Championship presented by ARP. We'd like to recognize some people who have made this weekend possible. As I introduce you, if you would, please stand for a moment and let us acknowledge you. From Big River Steel, Plant Manager Scott Coleman. Scott? From ARP, Dealer Sales Rep Eddie Hamilton. Eddie? From Sunoco Race Fuels, National Sales Manager Russ Bradford, there in the back. Russ? He's not able to be with us here right now, but I know he's watching from afar away. From the University of Northwestern Ohio, Vice President of Business Development, Trey Becker. Trey, hope you're watching. Also not with us, but watching us online is Summit Racing Equipment Motorsports and Event Manager, Jim Greenleaf. Jim, thank you. There are many intriguing storylines this weekend, and one of the most compelling is the fact that one driver has a shot at a $300,000 payday by winning both the Dirt Track World Championship and the Chase for the Championship. The points payout for the top four positions is a record payout of $575,000. The champion will receive $200,000. The series runner-up will receive $150,000. Third place in points will receive $125,000. Fourth place in points will receive $100,000. So let's meet the championship four for the 2024 season. The top three drivers remain in contention for this year's title. As I introduce you, gentlemen, please make your way forward here to the podium. First, our series leader. He's the driver of the number 20 RT with 14 series wins this season. From Chandler, Arizona, Ricky Thornton Jr. Ricky? Next, 50 points behind, is the driver of the number 49 with 9 series wins this season. From Blairsville, Georgia, Jonathan Davenport. Next, also 50 points behind the leader, is the driver of number 99 with 7 wins this season. From Dresden, Ohio, Devin Moran. And fourth place, 165 points behind, driver of the number 1 with 2 series wins this season. From Watertown, New York, Tim McCready.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
So, Ricky, you were in contention here 1 year ago and fell a little bit short. And what did you learn from that weekend last year that will help you close it out successfully this year? If you gentlemen would please share the mic. Pardon me.
So I feel like kind of the biggest thing I learned this year compared to last year is just go out and treat it like another race. Obviously, there's a lot of money on the line, so hopefully we can just go out there and just do the best we can. And I feel like last year is probably more of a bonehead move on my part, put myself in a bad situation. So hopefully this year we don't run into that problem and just have a really smooth weekend. You
know, Jonathan, you've had an extraordinary career thus far, especially here at Eldora. with all your success, to me, it just seems like if you were able to close it out tomorrow and win both the race and the championship, that would just kind of ramp it up to another level. Would you agree?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it would be nice. We're just focusing on coming in here and doing the best we can, and focus on just winning the race. You know, we're obviously we're a little bit behind Ricky going in, so we feel like it's our race to win, and then also with Devin, so we're tied. So we're pretty much whoever finishes in front of who there. But we're going to go out tonight, hopefully give ourselves a little bit better shot, get a good qualifying lap in, and hopefully start up front, and that way we can. Almost navigate our own destiny, so to speak, and just try to be there at the end.
You know, Devin, you were right in the thick of it last year as well, and Eldora holds such a special place for you and your family. It's almost magical, honestly, and I'm guessing that to be able to close out and win the championship and make it happen here at Eldora would be even more special to you and your family.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, my dad's had a little more special moments than I have here, but this weekend's pretty much no holds bars, you know. I know me and JD are tied for second, but we didn't come to run second, you know. So just put it all on the line, and hopefully we get a great racetrack tomorrow night and just put on a great show and see if we can win this thing.
You know, Tim, it's been a bit of a unique season for you, and although the title is just a bit out of reach, I would want to point out that you've got an opportunity tomorrow. If you would happen to win the race and finish in fourth in points, you're in line for a $200,000 payday. I would think that's a fine way to close out anybody's season.
Yeah, I mean, it was a uphill battle all year. Kind of never expected to be where I was at, and it just went crazy for a little bit, and then we also had to just climb and climb and climb. And when we got in, I think Mark and I knew that we had to maybe do some things that these guys probably wouldn't do to try to get an advantage, just because we worked so hard to get there, and we were just battling, and made some mistakes as a driver, and just things don't always work out. But this weekend for us is it's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor, thank Big River and everybody that puts us together to be able to see what's going on here. I mean, I've been around longer than these guys, and I never would have dreamed to see what we got going on here today, and how big it's getting. So as far as the racing end of it, I'm going to enjoy myself, because they really got to stay out of my way now, I guess, because they got way more on the line than I do this weekend. So hopefully I can get them to give me a break once in a while and win this thing. I'll put more pressure on them, but I can't lose as much.
Well, how about some questions for these four contenders? Anybody? Yes, Michael.
Ricky, 50 points may not sound like a lot, but I felt like you came in here last year with literally the weight of the world on your shoulders. You had this historical season, never been done before season, yada, 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 and you had no cushion, right? Only things could go bad, it felt like. How much different mentally does that 50-point bump feel for you? It has to psychologically feel a hell of a lot better.
I'd say the 50 points being up is definitely big for me. Just knowing you don't have to win the race. Where last year is whoever outdueled who is going to be the one that is the champion. So I feel like obviously there's still a lot of money on the line, so we want to win the race. So, but at the same time, if we run second or third, it would be good enough no matter what. So hopefully we can have a good night tonight and set ourselves up good for tomorrow. Obviously the 10 bonus points for qualifying is going to be huge no matter what. So hopefully we can just put together a smooth night and not be relying on a provisional or something crazy like that come tomorrow. So at the end of the day, I think we all still want to win the dirt track. It's a lot of money. So hopefully we can just do the best we can do, and if it works out, it's pretty awesome. If not, we're definitely not going to hang our head. Our teams came a long way in a short period of time, so hopefully we can just kind of keep it moving regardless.
Anybody else? Go ahead. Yep. Go ahead, Michael.
You're on a one-race Eldora losing streak. Do you feel like you've lost your Eldora touch?
I don't know, maybe not. I guess we'll just have to see. It is a different time of year. We come back here. Last year, weather did play havoc to us. So hopefully get a little bit better racetrack. I'm sure Rob will do a great job with that. But no, we just going to come here with the same old car, like everybody knows, and got the same notebook. So hopefully we can just put a good weekend together. And like I said, we're just going to focus on trying to win the race, and however the cards may fall, it is how they're going to fall for the championship.
Other questions? Anybody in the room? Now's your time. Yes. Kevin.
All you guys, like, when you're going out there, do you feel like you get, all the other guys will maybe cut you a little bit more of a break because they know that you're in the championship hunt?
That's a group answer.
What do you think, though?
I mean, it kind of depends who it is. You get someone like Tyler Erb, he's not going to give anybody a break no matter what. But you get someone like Garrett Albertson, who really races clean and respectfully all the time, and he might be able to get by you or get into you to get by you, and I think he's someone that won it, and that's why we really respect Garrett and like racing with Garrett, you know. So, like I said, I think a lot of it depends on who it is, but at the end of the day, they're here to win a race as well, so you can't expect them just to pull over and let you by.
Yeah, sure. I think it's probably just depends on who it is, but I thought people would give us more room last week, and I got run over in hot laps. So that kind of got thrown out the window, but, you know, that's just the way things go. I know the guy didn't mean to or whatever. I just thought it was a pretty funny point. But no, we'll race each other as hard as we can, and I'm sure everybody else is going to do the same because, like I said, it's still the Dirt Track World Championship on the line here, and that's what everybody else is focused on.
Wayne, yes.
So just wanted to hear a comment from each one of you about the increase in the point fund next year, what your thoughts are. If you were racing back in 2005 when we started, when it paid $30,000 to win, and just comment on that.
Yeah, I think the points fund increase is pretty awesome for everybody. And I mean, you run top 10, you're going to make some money at the end of the year. And really, that's why we do it. Throughout the year, you run as hard as you can, try to position yourself as good as you can. That way you can rely on a little bit of money through what little bit of downtime we have. But not only that, even the increase on their Friday and Saturday nights, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty good increase regardless. So just excited that our sport's still going in the right direction.
Definitely an amazing job by everybody at Lucas Oil, the whole staff, Flow Sports, for giving us the opportunity to race this for this much. The past 2 years, I viewed it going in. If I just make the Final Four, that's more than I won when I didn't win the other championships. So that's obviously huge. Now you can make more than I made winning my other 3 championships and not even make the Final Four, not even have a shot at the championship. So hats off to everybody, and we greatly appreciate it from the racer side.
And in my opinion, I think that just shows why Lucas Oil Late Models has the best dirt series, the best short track series, like they said out there. You know, Scott Coleman, all of Big River Steel, Flow Sports. There's a ton of great sponsors and supporters of our racing and our series and just all short track racing. So just can't thank them people enough. I was only 10 in 2005, so I don't really remember that, Wayne. But yeah, it's just I'm grateful to get to do what I do, and it does nothing but help our car owners try to get up and down the road.
Yeah, I just echo, obviously, what these three just said. I've been around, I started right around then, and to see what it's climbed to in the last 20 years or so is truly amazing, and to see the owners keep coming in. I mean, I don't think the owners get enough credit. They're the ones really sticking their necks out of line for us four to be able to do what we love to do. I don't know anybody else's background. I know personally I wouldn't be able to do this without great owners and great sponsors and everybody that's in this building that's doing it. So how far we can go is, I wouldn't have dreamed it. It's pretty amazing to watch. Hopefully it continues ascending, and it's all because of everybody in here, and we're fortunate to get a lot of the limelight when we do what we do. But it's a team effort, and I know all three guys and everybody in this pit area is real thankful for what we got.
Questions? I thought I saw it. Yes, Dustin.
For Ricky and Jonathan and Devin, 365 days ago, the three of you were sitting up there in that same exact spot. The difference a year ago was it was basically win the race and you win. Jonathan and Devin, you guys come in 50 points back of Ricky. For the three of you, with that in mind, is your approach different this year versus last year, or is it just business as usual?
I mean, I don't know about Jonathan, but for myself, it kind of is like last year. It's going to be a win is your only chance of winning, pretty much. You know, we got to start the weekend off strong by qualifying good and then doing what we need to do and just take one step at a time. And I got a whole spreadsheet figured out of what we need to do and watching the board and all that. So came in prepared, but our main goal is to come here and win the race. And then if we win the race, I don't want to wish misfortune on anyone. Just hopefully we're 5 or 6 spots ahead of everybody else.
I need to check out that spreadsheet you got. Yeah, no, like pretty much last year it was just get the best finish above the other 4 guys. This year, me and Devin pretty much have to win the race. We feel like to get enough points gap, but just so Ricky's going to be good no matter what. So I think finishing top 5, I think it doesn't matter what we do. I'm not really sure. I'll have to look at your spreadsheet to find that out. But anyway, so yeah, we're just going to go in here and focus on winning the Dirt Track World Championship. I've said it numerous times. There was a couple races that I still want to check off my list, and this is definitely one of them. One I've led a couple of times and been really close. And now that we've moved it to the Big E here at Eldora, I feel like I got an even better shot at finally crossing it off my list.
Yeah, for me, obviously, it's a little bit different than last year just with the points cushion. But at the same time, that's a lot of money on the line. So we, different team, different stuff like that, just trying to get us the best we can be once we got to this point if we're still lucky enough to be up front. So we'll just kind of go out and do the best we can, and hopefully the cards fall our way. But like I said, if they don't, it's definitely nothing to put our head down about.
They're telling me I have time for one more question. Anybody else? Last call. No hands? Well, gentlemen, it has been an honor and a privilege to watch as each of your careers has unfolded, and I want to be the first to wish all 4 of you the very best of luck this weekend. Hope everybody has a good, safe night and a great night of racing. Well, that wraps it up here for our press conference. On behalf of Eldora and Flow Sports, we want to wish you all the very best for this great racing weekend at Eldora. Thank you, everybody.